Mr. Vivek Gupta has over 30 years of experience in the field of control and instrumentation. Initially, he started working with Instrumentation Limited, a Government of India enterprise, from 1988 till 2006. Since then, he's working at DCM Shriram Limited in Kota, Rajasthan. And now he's the Assistant VP and Head of Instrumentation and Team Lead for Industrial Internet of Things, IIoT. He has chaired and attended various national, international seminars and conferences, and also authored articles in various magazines. He was awarded Distinguished Instrumentation Professional under District 14 of ISA in October 2016, and is currently member of the Steering Committee of Digital Transformation Council for ARC USA, as well as member of ISA. And we welcome Mr. Gupta. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Shivani, for the introduction. I'm just sharing my file. Yeah, please confirm that this is visible and my audio is also okay.
Yes, sir. You are visible and the audio is also fine for us. No issues.
Okay, thank you, Shivani, for a nice introduction. And my earlier speaker, Mr. Jayasaleen, has already given an excellent insight about the pharmaceutical industry and how Industry 4.0 is helping them. Now, my today's talk will be more about the process industries. What are the different challenges and what are the opportunities which the digitization has given us? So I am not much speaking about that. The only thing is that now machine to machine communication is getting more and more important in the current scenario. Now, as far as the digitization is concerned, what are the areas which this particular feature is helping the process industry? Because nowadays, the importance is of environmentally sustainable. The other points are already taken care, but with the use of digitization, we will be able to further optimize it. Everybody is talking that we are environmentally friendly company. Maybe it is a water discharge from a factory, or it is air emission which a factory is doing. We already have heard a word VUCA, that was volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. But with this digitization, the definition is getting changed. Now we have a vision, we have an understanding, we have a clarity, we have an agility. So the definition is now changing and giving a chance to the world to think in a different way. Now, the question comes, why should we go for digitalization? Industrial Internet of Things, called as double IoT. The only difference here is, in point, what I have said is that's just the same thing we have been doing for decades. And though that's mostly a valid statement, after all, the end goal of running an efficient organization hasn't changed. How we are doing it has changed significantly. What IIoT does, it decouples the things from the plant, from floor, from the applications that make the information actionable. So we can say it is a broadcast subscribe model. Now let's think of what are the challenges in process plants. The most and the topmost importance is of the energy reduction, safety, people enablement, data analytics, standards, technology, regulatory compliance, and maintenance cost. These are the few areas which each and every kind of a process industry has to look for. Now, energy, if we talk of, we are talking about wages. Wages is water, air, gas, electricity, and steam. Any loss in any of these 5 components is ultimately going to affect the energy of a plant and affecting the bottom line. So what are the challenges for this water, air, and gas? There are leakages, and in the current scenario, we are doing just the analog monitoring. So the time is for going for the digital kind of a monitoring, and there should be a dashboard where you can see how much was the inlet of the water, what is the outlet, similarly the leakages of air, similarly the gases. Gas detection has become of utmost importance because some of the plants are now in the middle of the populated areas. Electricity measurement is another important topic. There are meters, but the need of the hour is to do the sub-metering also. That means each and every asset of the plant should get monitored so that we know whether it is consuming the standard power or its power has increased. So that will help us to do better energy management. Similarly, there are various leakages of steam in the plants. Maybe it is a steam trap, maybe it is an orifice plate, maybe in the pipes. So this monitoring is also getting popular and popular. Next point which is coming is of maintenance. Everybody wants the maintenance should be done at the minimal cost. Whenever the budget are produced, the fixed expenses are kept at the optimum level so as to have a challenging target for the maintenance guys also. We have in plants various rotating equipments. The old equipment do not have any kind of measurement. Maybe it is vibration, the temperature of bearing, the winding. We have the seal pots for the air, for the oil. Then preventive maintenance, as my previous speaker was talking, records and records are maintained. So nothing need to be done. If we are having an artificially intelligent sensor using the SAP for the kind of maintenance records. Similarly, if we use SAP, we can know about spare parts, so we can take a timely action. And as far as the digitization is concerned, which we have to do for an automation part, obsolescence has become a major figure now. The softwares are changing very fast and the things are not available in the market. So that also needs to be addressed and we have to go for an open system architecture. Then one important point is what is the actual pain point that needs to be seen. If the pain point statement is correct, then the solution will also become in the same way, the right people at the right time. We have to make the assets also smart. Similarly, the regulatory compliance, if we see, as I was talking in my initial stage, all these things need to be monitored 7/24 to need a corrective action. One can even install a closed circuit TV camera to see the air emissions also. Similarly for water also. And we can immediately come to know that there is something wrong in either the emissions, whether the ESP is not working, or there are some water leakages in the form of chemicals, which are actually destroying the quality of the discharge water. This has now become almost a mandatory requirement by the Central Pollution Control Board. And this is also good for each and every company to see that they are following the government norms and ultimately not destroying the Mother Earth and the environment. We are talking about Industrial 4.0, IIoT, Industry 4.0, a lot of things are being talked. Now, there are various challenges which industry is facing. The important part is network. Even we find that sometimes we are not able to talk on our mobiles because of the network connectivity. So we are talking about the process industry, which have hazardous gases, hazardous chemicals. So we need to have a very good and reliable communication. Similarly, the interoperability of different systems has to be ensured. Privacy of data is of equal importance. And the another important point which I want to talk over here is the cost of the equipment, whether we buy a hardware or a software. We have seen that the prices are quite high from the big players who are already supplied the DCS. So this needs to be seen very effectively by our suppliers and vendors. The next important part is in earlier days, we always used to see long event list in Excel. But